Hello people, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. We're back with another fashion video for you guys. My last video was me talking about fashion week, Paris and Milan fashion week to be exact, and now that is over. It's been quite a ride, a very fun-filled, very inspiring ride. Yeah, we ended off with YSL, which was a shock. YSL menswear collection happened on the same day as Miu Miu. Miu Miu happened first, and Miuccia Prada gave us something so inspiring and something every girl needs in a wardrobe right now. It was very refreshing. It was very simplified but also elevated. It was just stunning, from the color tones to the color pairing, to the color blocking, to the tights, to the grays, the browns. It's very Miu Miu style. I really loved it. The green pairing with the brown is so good. I loved the color blocking as well. We saw different colors paired together, which was very beautiful to see. And I also loved the gloves. I feel like the gloves stood out for me. I did speak about this in my trends video. I did say we're going to be seeing more like oversized gloves instead of the usual vintage and tight silhouette glove. So this time around is more of like a larger silhouette. I love Miuccia Prada, and I feel like her collection for Miu Miu is always very distinct from Prada, but also it kind of just pairs and you kind of just know that it's the same designer. So especially the fall winter, I'm always a fan of the fall winter collection, as I told you guys. Yeah, it's always beautiful to see. I love fall winter. One thing I also loved about Miu Miu is the models. So it's very known, it's a norm that models are usually like younger and, you know, skinny. So I love when Miuccia brought in a different version of models. This lady, this doctor from Shanghai, is a fan and a big supporter of Miu Miu. So they asked her to come and walk the collection. So seeing that different range in age was so beautiful to see, and it's very believable that a person like that will be wearing this exact look. So it was very beautiful to see the different ages, not only the model from Shanghai, but different age groups as well on the runway. I feel like we need to broaden up the spectrum of models, allowing people to see themselves in these models. Yeah, so just like representation is very important in fashion and design as well. So it was very refreshing of Miu Miu, and a lot of designers and fashion houses are doing that, from plus size models to, you know, different race groups and different features. We're seeing a lot of like expanding in terms of like acceptance and showcasing clothing. So it was very beautiful. I loved Miu Miu. Not only is it fun, but it's also very chic and very beautiful. So I loved Miu Miu. And then YSL happened right after that. So it was a very eventful day, and I was so in love with the YSL show. I can't even tell you guys. I literally can't even begin to explain. I loved YSL, and it was a surprise. I wasn't expecting it, but I did see the announcement on Instagram. Okay, I'm a person who loves a very formal silhouette, a very straightforward vintage suit. I love suits so much, and seeing the menswear suits was so beautiful to me. And even though I'm a woman, but it was very inspiring. The silhouette of it was very vintage. It reminds me so much of Mr. Saint Laurent himself, from the models, their body shape and their demeanor and the way they walked was very much reminiscent of Mr. Saint Laurent, and it was so beautiful to see. I can't. These suits were so elegant and so form-fitting and a bit oversized to the models, giving a very vintage and classic silhouette to them. It was just beautiful. Not only the suits, but the sleeve, I mean the long sleeve tops as well. The very silk and very satin, dainty. It was just like flowing in the models. It was a very good perk that the models were obviously handsome, and it just went well. Everything was just perfection. yeah, that's the word for it. It was just perfection, from the models to the silhouette to the design to the colors, the pinstripes. Very, very, very Saint Laurent. The pinstripes are very him, and they're very like classic. You can never go wrong with a pinstripe. To the ties, the coats, the glasses fit perfectly, and it was just like swaggy. I know swaggy is a very it was just like flowing and very, yeah, I loved. There wasn't like a big range in terms of the design. It was very much suits to tops, even headscarves. We never see men wearing headscarves, but Saint Laurent just like introduced headscarves not only in the women's collection but also in the men's collection, showing that they have a very unisex design and unisex culture, which can be worn both by women and by men. So I loved the headscarf. Overall, the whole ambiance was just so good. I might have to say this was my favorite collection, to be quite honest with you, and it really inspired me to be on the lookout for a very, very classic, timeless suit, because it never goes out of style. And then Chanel happened. Okay, I'm gonna be quite honest. For the Chanel show, I wasn't blown away. Yeah, Chanel is known for being legendary, and yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of this collection. It was very edgy, and I feel like it went away, a long way away from its core. And yeah, designers have the free will to, just like play around and not only stick and be put in one box, but I feel like you need to still be consistent with your branding. And I feel like this time around they failed to do that. There were some great pieces. I love Chanel, and I feel like they are a classic designer house and they are very much iconic. But then, this wasn't my favorite season for them, and that's okay. Okay, Mugler was so good. Mugler is always extraordinary with his designs, and he always wants to impress and give a wow factor. In terms of like the silhouette, always has to be wow. Even the setting of the show was very much smoky, and it was very like they were revealing the pieces in a very dramatic way. Yeah, Mugler is always dramatic, and they never fail to give dramatic. So for people who love dramatic, it serves them so well. I still need to, dive deep into him to understand him very well, but that's the vibe that I'm getting from them at this moment, which I'm not mad about. I love dramatic sometimes. Sometimes there's a need for dramatic, sometimes there's a need for being extraordinary and giving up pieces that are not your ordinary everyday looks, Okay, Louis Vuitton, that the creative director was celebrating 10 years. I loved the looks. Some of the looks I loved, and some of the looks I didn't like. Or let me not say I didn't like, I didn't pay that much attention to. It all depends on style. As a person, you always look for something that you can incorporate, and you always look for something that's within your style range. So it's very, very normal for you to like some of the looks and not to like some of the looks. So yeah, just like every other design show, there were some great looks that I loved, that caught my attention, and there were looks that didn't get my attention. So yeah, Vuitton was great. A show that very much surprised me was Lacoste. I'm not a very sportwear person, but I enjoy like a good tennis skirt. I enjoy a good, sock and sneaker moment. So I love Lacoste. It was my first time watching a Lacoste show. And first of all, I love the setting. It was in a tennis court, and the colorway matched very well. One thing that caught my attention from this one was the green. Green. Just like I said for Miu Miu, green is a color that came as a shock to me, but then it clicked. It just clicked something in me, and I was like, okay, green is kind of a serve. I'm looking forward to wearing green this season, and my favorite looks was very much the one with the green. The one thing that I loved as well was that some of the looks, they had models, female models, and then they had male models wearing the exact same thing, obviously showing that the looks are very much unisex. This was my favorite look, the girl with the fringe. with the pleated skirts of a pants moment, and a goth t-shirt. It was very like a monochromatic green. I love a monochromatic moment, so this was my favorite look. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I love Lacoste, and I'm gonna be watching their shows more often because this was a serve, to be quite honest. And then the last of the Paris Fashion Week. There were some smaller designers, which I'm gonna make a separate video because I feel like I missed a lot of good and excellent designers and fashion houses, paying attention to more of the well-known and, you know, big ones. So I want to make a separate video of like smaller designers and houses that are beautiful and that I feel like are gonna be growing in this fashion scene and fashion industry. So Casablanca was also good. Oh my god, I forgot. But yeah, I'm gonna stop there for today. Last days of Paris Fashion Week was so good, so inspired. I was taking notes, really inspired me. So yeah, love the shows, looking forward to next season. Until next time, thank you guys for being here and for watching me blab on about clothes, fashion, and everything in between. I will see you in my next one. Subscribe if you haven't, and yeah, ciao ciao. See you guys in my next video. Bye.